I really want you to speak out about this thing. Why aren't you speaking out about this thing?
This shouldn't turn you on that much. Like, you should, like, probably reflect on this.
My friend is like really misunderstanding me.
Some of these things are ruining your relationships. They're
Yep.
ruining your brain. They're ruining your content. And they're ruining my day.
I don't know this person really enough to be ashamed around them. Hey, 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 welcome back to another episode of Not For Everyone, a podcast hosted by one hater, that's Caroline, one lover, that's me, Jess. It's our 3-year anniversary, my baby doll. We've been married for 3 years and we've had this
That's
baby.
crazy.
We did it all at once. We got married and had the baby at
Yeah,
the
we
same time 3 years
did.
ago. Yeah.
We got busy. Wow. I forgot it was our anniversary right until you said that. Even
I
though
kind of felt that you were surprised, even though we talked about it.
we did talk about it, and I knew that I was excited for this recording, and I knew that we were excited, but then I forgot everything, and the excitement just became general.
Yeah,
And so I feel that I have very good energy for this recording, and then to find that it's our anniversary, cherry on top.
It just makes sense. I like knew that that's what was going on with you. I was like, wow, she's excited to record. She's excited to be with me. I kind of don't know if this is top of mind for her that it's our 3 years, even though we texted about it yesterday. Like, I just knew I really feel like I'm in your brain sometimes, and I just
You know
know,
what?
and you are too. What?
Speaking of that, yeah, sometimes I'm in my brain. I think you're in there more.
Maybe.
I was listening to maybe our last episode, the Ask a Therapist episode, to hear all of Kate's great advice. Y'all should check that episode out. We have a guest therapist in it. And I didn't have any podcast to listen to, so I listened to that, not gonna lie. And
I did it too.
And I had this thought listening to some of your comments that you are very much the project manager in in our recordings. Like, I feel like at the end of a back and forth that like Kate would say like a long thing, then you would go and summarize the meeting notes.
Thank you so
and give
much
bullet
for
points.
seeing that.
And
do you like that? I personally find value in when people do that, but is it too much? What are you trying to say?
I think I like it now that I see it as Jess is giving the meeting notes to the listener and summarizing, which is really important to do. Literally, I've learned to do that even in couples conversations with Justin at the end of a really long, because we've had really long, deep talks thinking we're communicating, and then we walk away with different takeaways. And I've learned I will literally say, okay, summarize of our like meeting takeaways. We decided on this. We agreed on this. We don't know about this yet, but we're going to keep an eye on it. And so I do believe in summarizing the meeting notes. Yeah.
Okay.
And I feel like I could just finally see, like, this is what she does in a meeting.
It's been annoying you this whole time, but then you finally saw the light.
You know what? Maybe it was annoying me a little bit. I think I was just like, because it's repetitive.
I think I know that it makes people feel that way sometimes. Yeah. That like, it's like, I just said that. And it's like, yeah, I'm just I'm just like tying a bow on it because people tune in and out. People do walk away from things feeling like they landed somewhere, but then they didn't actually land in the same place. Like,
so that's what you've been doing all along.
Yeah, I do that a lot. I think that it helps in certain contexts and is annoying in certain contexts. And I just can't, it's just my natural state. So I can't really turn it off.
Yeah, so I don't think that you should. I mean, help sometimes is annoying sometimes is something you could easily say to me. So,
sure, about anyone and anything.
Yeah, but I did notice the repeating thing. And yeah, to be brutally honest, in moments I have been like, yeah, I just said that.
Yeah.
But for some reason, listening to our last episode, I was like, she is summarizing it for the meeting notes for the listener. And it made it so much clearer. And then I was like, this is magical.
Stop.
And I do think it's extra necessary in some of our long-winded chit chats because I was listening back to that episode on some of the longer rants, or not even rant. They weren't really rants, but stream of consciousness.
Trying to find our
things.
point.
I
Sometimes we're
went
trying to
on
find our point. Yeah.
and I changed sentences in the middle of the sentence about 5 times a sentence. And sometimes I'm concise and articulate, but sometimes I'm having 8 different conversations in my head in one sentence because I'm responding to different listeners' objections or commentary or
Yeah.
what about this in my head. So I keep jumping sentences. It's really hard to follow. And then, wow, how nice to have the meeting notes.
Thank you. That makes me feel
Yeah.
good. And I know exactly what you mean. Like we were talking about this, I think last time I saw you in person, how I have noticed myself doing the thing where and actually friends have pointed out to me that I've started to do the thing where you um you kind of give the precursor. How do I even describe this? What's the word I'm looking for? You
Disclaimer.
disclaimer, yes. You give the disclaimer to the thing you're about to say before you even say it. And maybe you even give like 3. And
Hmm.
people are like, you haven't said the thing yet.
Yeah,
And
we
you're
actually
like,
don't know what you're talking about.
I know that it might be kind of this, and I did
And I'm
think
not
about
saying
this,
that.
and I'm
Yeah.
not saying this, but here's finally my point. And I have definitely started to do that more as a result of the podcast because you do start to hear the comments that will come when people don't wait for your final point or get hung up on something you said, even though you did then say something else later, or
Hmm.
even if you just said one thing and they just don't agree or they don't have the
What about
same
me?
experience as
What
you.
about if I'm different?
Yep. So the
That's my
disclaiming
impression
my
of the
thoughts, I do
comments.
it on the podcast and off the podcast, and I'm trying to train myself out of it because it's so annoying to listen to. It's so annoying for my
I
friends who are like,
know.
"I you have taken off into the topic that you're about to tell us about and I don't even know where you are. I'm not with you. You've left me. Like please
Hmm.
catch me up."
Yeah.
So yeah, I know that we both probably do that. I know I definitely do it.
Oh, yeah, I do it.
I don't know notice your like speaking quirks as much because I'm so caught up in my own. So I
Neither
think
of us
that's
are listening to
probably
anything.
yeah. The other thing that happens is the conversations that happen on the podcast are not like normal conversations. Like either one of us could talk for 3 minutes before the other person says anything because we're usually responding to the listener. So we'll go on a bit of a like rant about what our complete response is. And it'll be like
Hmm.
Caroline goes and then Jess goes. And then maybe for part of it, we'll kind of have a back and forth dialogue, but then Caroline will go again for a long time and then Jess will go again for a long time. And like I'm never talking for this as long as this very soliloquy has been ever in real life. Nobody lets me go for that long. Are you kidding me? So
Yeah.
like that's just another thing where when you said you try to hit on like so many different points and so many different sentences in one, it's not the normal
It's
way to
just not
converse.
normal.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was thinking about that a lot, how it's not the normal way to converse. It is in ways and it isn't in others.
Yeah.
Obviously we try to make it as close to that as possible, but also in a couple episodes back, I like snapped when we were talking about cultural differences in different countries,
Oh yeah.
and I could just hear
I
2
know.
annoying Barbaras in my head who were going to be like, "Wow, this is wrong. You're canceled for observing a difference in culture or something."
Yeah.
Something. And I just snapped and like like tried to nip it in the bud before the recording was even over, of just being like, I just had this thought of like, if these Barbaras, the people who leave the most annoying comments on the internet, if they were seated at a dinner table with us
Hmm.
partaking in this exact conversation, they would never say something so annoying. You know what I mean? Or
Yeah.
like we were having a conversation. We were having a conversation about remote work and like how I think remote work should go away because everyone is too isolated. And as much as I love remote work, I think that a lot of people benefit from seeing people in person, even though like none of us want to go back to remote work. I don't
Yeah.
want it. I don't actually want it either. But, it's a rant about we're isolated, whatever. And there was this, big comment thread that was like,
Oh really?
remote work is like really important for people with disabilities and la 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 da 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 da. And it's like, yeah. I don't I didn't even think I needed to say that I won't force people with
Yeah,
physical disabilities to do things they're not physically capable of. Did I need to say that?
I know.
And I know that the people who commented that, who are among our beloved listeners, I know that if they were sitting at a table with me and we were talking about this, and I was talking about isolation and how I feel so many of our friends are isolated, and remote work is one of these things we've added to it, and I do actually feel like more people would benefit from working in person. That same person who commented, I know they wouldn't just scream back in my face, well, what about me and people with disabilities? They would just like be able to like see my part of the conversation in that moment.
Yeah.
I know they wouldn't do that in that moment, but there's something about when you have the same conversation on the internet that it gets like, we all do it. We lose track of like, someone can just, I'm not talking about all truths of all the world forever. I'm talking about one little slice over here. I'm talking about remote work as it pertains to a lot of people feeling isolated in our culture. You know what I mean? And it
Hmm.
was just one of those moments where I was like, some of the crazy, not, it's not even a crazy comment because I agree with that comment. I agree with the comment. Of course, remote work is important for people with disabilities. And of course, I didn't even think I needed to announce that I won't
Yeah.
force people with disabilities to do something that's bad for them. I didn't think I needed
Yeah.
to say that. And I would never have to clarify that at a table conversation that included the exact same words that I said on the podcast. Just a
Yeah.
weird thing with the internet.
I totally agree. I mean, I think even if that person was in the room with us and was conversing with us and hearing what you had to say about remote work and had the thought about a disabled person and wanted to voice it, they would be able to say that in a chill way in as part of the conversation, and then you would immediately,
After we'd
yeah,
moved on from my part, they wouldn't say it as a
they wouldn't
response
they
because it
wouldn't
doesn't make
yell, they wouldn't
sense as a
interrupt. Well,
response.
yeah, it's not even what you were talking about. But yeah, after you had made your point and we're just on the subject of remote work, somebody might say, "Well, the things that I can think of that are good about remote work are this,
Yeah,
that people with disabilities can be at home." And then you would of course be like, "Yeah, totally.
totally.
Agree." And then we would continue. But because they can't be part of the conversation, I think it feels to people like this is content made. I mean, it's content made for their consumption. It is, but it's almost like um I don't know. It's like a TV show that you don't like, and you're like, "Oh, I don't like that TV show because it's not my sense of humor." But then you just would stop watching it. But for this, for some reason, I feel like it's like, no, but I like those people and I like some of the things they say. But then when I don't like the things they say,
Yeah,
what is the difference? I
I
guess I'm
don't
just
know. I
I
really
think
don't
that
know.
people often say like, "Oh, I feel like I'm part of the conversation with you," or I often find myself like talking back to
Which is
you.
funny because they don't actually treat us like a friend they're
Yeah,
having a conversation with. They treat us like spokespeople for.
consumption. Yeah,
It's weird. It's like I feel like
spokespeople.
because if you really felt like this was a friend conversation, like at an intimate dinner party, you wouldn't respond with that.
Yeah. No, I
It's
know.
weird.
I'm trying to figure out what that weird cross section is of like
It's something about the internet. It's this
it's the
person
internet.
didn't do anything wrong. It's what it's interesting to me to talk about, not to shame someone who comments like that because it's the comments that's like all of the internet. That's
It's
all the
all
comments
over.
on the internet. It's nothing special, it's nothing new, and I don't even think it's anything condemnable about someone who comments that way. It is just a really interesting phenomenon that happens with internet content, and I don't know either. I really don't know.
I think it's part
I
of the
don't
reason
know.
that remote work is bad for us. Spending this much time on the internet is also bad for us. Like if our conversations are all reliant on conversations that have already happened and been recorded and been presented to us as content to consume, and we're treating that as the social conversation as opposed to going
Yeah.
and talking to our friends. Like what I would love for the alternative to be is that we talk about something, it's a recorded piece of content that people consume, And then maybe they have a difference of opinion, or maybe their perspective wasn't represented because we're just two people. And
Because
then
it never will be, because we
because
can't
it never
represent
will
all
be. This already
perspectives.
was recorded. Send it to your friend and talk to them about it, and have an actual dialogue in real time with an actual person. Like that would be a much, and maybe that's what the comment section is supposed to be, but you don't know those people.
Well, I
Like
do think
let's just
I
talk to people about
yeah, I
things.
know. I do think, I mean, the thing is, I do think the comment section of any
Sometimes it's
platform
great.
is a good platform for discussion. I don't,
Mm,
I'm not saying whatever I say, never reply to it and
no,
don't bring up anything I missed out. I'm saying that an objection like
something that's not even been
it
relevant,
feels
really.
obvious. It's like if you like, I actually don't believe that you really think I'm going to force
Right.
people with disabilities to do something they're not able to physically do. Like, I don't think that you actually think you need to correct me on that. I think it's just you leaving the conversation because everyone has to get their identity online, and in one moment we weren't speaking to something that touched your identity. I don't think that someone who listens to this podcast actually believes that my agenda is to force people with disabilities to um conform to,
Hmm.
you know what I mean? It's like, there's
Yes,
things you could bring up. I do think that, you know what
I
am
know
I
what you mean. It reminds
explaining it?
me. It reminds me of
It's like, what was the
like
point of
political
that?
and
Like, of
social
course.
movements on Instagram and representing your political and social thoughts and opinions and things that you stand for on
Yeah.
Instagram. When the black squares were happening, when was this? In
That's
2021 or so,
a
2020?
fascinating phenomenon, yeah.
And there was the Black Lives Matter movement was at its all-time like high in terms of media coverage, and George Floyd had just been murdered,
Was
and
that during COVID?
it was during COVID. It was
Yes.
like
And it was
2020. So
it
everybody
was
was
yeah.
like heightened and paying attention, and a great thing for that movement. But nevertheless, there then becomes this pressure to participate in posting the black square. And if you didn't post,
Because you get a signal what team you're on then.
yes, because you're virtue
For a lot of
signaling,
people
I'm
it's
not
just their
racist.
signal.
But
And
hey,
that's all it takes. All it takes to not be racist is post a
is to
square.
post the black
And then you're
square.
kind of off the hook and you've kind of done whatever you need to do.
Exactly. And I think it's very similar. It's like, so if
Yeah.
let's say I'm a person that doesn't really use Instagram, or even if I do,
Hmm.
let's say I just don't post the black square, but it's not because
Then
I'm
you're
racist.
racist.
It's
No, it
because
is.
I just didn't post the black square. But
But
the
that's why
assumption
everyone started
at
posting it, because
moments
there
like
are so many
that,
people were afraid. There's so
yes,
many people
I
who
did too,
never posted on Instagram ever. So they were
who
like, oh,
came
wait a
on to
minute,
post the black
came
square
on, and they're like, oh no, I'm gonna be racist if I don't re-download my Instagram account to post this black
to
square. Like,
post the black
so many
square.
people who have never posted a photo of their own child.
Their
And
whole
then
their
went on.
they only have one photo on their whole Instagram profile, and it's just the black square from 2020.
It's like, yeah,
Yeah,
I believe you're afraid of being seen as being
that's what it
racist.
tells me. That's
I believe you.
ultimately what that tells
Yeah.
me.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I feel like it's there are these horrific things that happen in the world, and people will sometimes DM who don't know me, who listen to the podcast and say, "I really want you to speak out about this thing. Why aren't you speaking out about this thing?" And it's like, I think that first of all, my platform has nothing to do with this thing. Second of all, I think from everything I say about my opinions on the world and on people and what my background is and whatever, you can probably guess where I stand on this thing. You really think I want, like, I'll take something really innocuous. Like, you really think I want all dogs to be murdered in the middle of the street? Like, just because I didn't post that I don't want all dogs to be murdered in the middle of the street? Like,
Some people hate dogs,
do
Jay.
you
Some people
listen to
hate
what I'm
dogs.
saying? I'm a nice
Yeah, but
person. I
you
like
know what's
dogs.
okay, sure. And then, of course, some of the topics are way more nuanced than that. And they
Yes.
know that some people have differing opinions. But even for that request, because I get that request nonstop, I get probably
Yeah.
like 20 of those DMs a day asking me to, I love your content so much, but talk about this. And when they say talk about this, they say, what they mean is repeat my already solidified beliefs about the thing. Name a topic. There's hundreds of them that I get the request for. Name a topic. And they're not saying educate me about it. They're saying confirm publicly that you're on my team so that I can keep watching you. Because if you're not on my team, then I'm at a crossroads and I've decided that I don't know if I can keep watching you. So when they say speak about this thing, they say repeat the thing I already believe so that I can be confirmed we're on the same team. And what also makes me laugh about that is that I used to, in my very early YouTube videos, I used to introduce like an interior design video being like, hi, I'm Caroline, I'm an interior designer, and this is my take on blah, blah, blah. And then enough people, every once in a while, people would be like, well, what's your accreditation? Well, where'd you get your certificate? Are you NCSA certified? Because there is a certification you can get for interior design. Many of the biggest designers did not get that certification because it's a little obsolete now.
It's like going to culinary school. Not every chef at a major restaurant went to culinary school. Yeah.
Yes, correct. It's not like being a doctor where you do need to be certified to be a doctor because people's lives are at risk. However, I don't give a shit. So it was just annoying enough to me. And I was like, I really don't care if you think I'm a designer. Like, watch the video or don't. I really don't give a fuck. And so I stopped saying that. So the internet has decided I do not have the credentials to call myself an interior designer, but I do have the credentials to speak on Gaza. Based on what?
Right.
That one always tickles me. Yeah.
Yeah. I yes, just yes to all of it. I had another thought. Oh, yeah. The other thing that happens, and this actually, I don't know that it happens in real life, but it certainly happens via podcast. What you were talking about with the person making sure that you disclaim that disabled people benefit from working from home. A very common thing that's very similar to that is that when I speak about not wanting kids, I have to clarify that I don't.
It's okay.
I don't hate kids, and if you're a parent, I still respect you, and I don't want you to die just because you're a parent and you want kids.
Isn't everyone tired? Like, I know just not we are tired. Like, everyone has to be tired of listening because it makes the content bad to listen to.
Right.
It makes the content bad to listen to. Go on.
Period. No, period. That's it.
Period.
That's it. Okay, so now that we've covered that was actually...
Wait, give the meeting
you have
notes.
More to say?
Give the meeting notes because I could talk about this forever, obviously, because it directly affects us because we're people who make the content. But I value talking about it because
it trickles into life.
I think we're all tired. I wish more people were tired of it. And it's funny because I feel like there's not the other thing that's funny about talking about these things and the cancel culture and like, you can't disclaim everything in every moment is that if you say that, people are like, oh, so you're a Republican. It's like,
that's crazy.
It's funny. It's like,
that
it's
scares me.
It's weird. Yeah, it is scary. It's a scary world. And it's like it's like you're not allowed to have this opinion like as a liberal or I don't know. It's all so dumb and all of these things should not touch. But what I know is that some of these things are ruining your relationships. They're ruining your brain. They're ruining your content. And they're ruining my day. I'll tell you that. And they're ruining my day.
And that's what's most important here.
I think it affects all of us.
I totally think it affects all of us. I mean, I do think that these things show up in real life conversation too. Or just in like how we judge other people, how we surmise whether we like another person or not, whether we want to be friends with them. Like these are the things that
are on.
Exactly. These are the things that are starting to inform that, whether they posted the black square on Instagram, whether when they said that they don't want kids, they also made sure to validate that they love my kids. Like these things are getting in between friendships. I swear to God, they are. And I hate that. It's
so
gross.
Dumb.
It's annoying.
So dumb.
We're all better than that. I want us to be better than that.
Hold on, Jessica.
We're not better than that. You're not better than that. But I'm better than that. And I would like to call everyone to join me.
I know.
Now
I'm thinking about the comments we're going to get. They're going to be like, so you hate Black Lives Matter. So you really hate childless people with disabilities.
Maybe I do.
So you really hate parents, huh?
Do you really hate parents?
You know, I recently realized how much time I spend just in my home in sweatpants or an old t shirt or pajamas that are mismatched and old. And I just feel really bad in them. And it's like I'm feeling bad in what I'm wearing 90% of the week. It's a bad feeling. It's a problem. So if I'm going to be home and I'm going to be comfy, I recently got on a mission to get some like cute pajama sets, and everything I tried is like too hot or too stiff or it's just not cute and it doesn't make me feel good, which is why I'm now swearing by the Skims sleep set. It's honestly solved everything. The fabric is that skim sleep material. It feels cool and buttery and like weirdly calming. And I feel put together in them. They've got like a nice cut and nice tailoring to them, even though they're still just comfy pajamas. I'm so happy that this podcast is sponsored by Skims. And I'm fully leaning in now. I'm doing matching Skims pajamas for the whole crew this year, okay? They have sets for women, men, kids, pets. Plus, they have the cutest holiday prints. I have this little like vintage deer print on my red PJs. So watch out. If you're in my family, please act surprised when you receive these gifts. You need to shop our favorite pajamas at skims.com/notforeveryone. And after you place your order, make sure to let them know we sent you. You can just select podcast in the survey and select our show. And if you're gift shopping, the Skims holiday shop is officially open at skims.com. I really struggle picking out holiday gifts for my parents. They say they always just want something sweet or nostalgic or heartfelt. And it's like, I could draw you a card like I did when I was little, but I do actually have to give them something. Like, it would be weird if I didn't still give them something. I'm an adult. And last year, the biggest hit was giving my parents the Aura frame because it is an actual gift I could give them, but it's also nostalgic. It's also emotional. The Aura frame sits on my parents' kitchen counter every single day, and we can upload family photos, videos, childhood photos. They automatically upload and rotate through on the Aura frame. And I would not have known what a hit this would be before giving it because it is a constant conversation starter. There's a new childhood memory that pops up. There's an image or a trip or something that I can point out to Justin when he's over. Like, there's always something to comment on with the family. So it's not just like a gift I can give on Christmas, but it consistently adds to the atmosphere at home, and my parents love it. It's the biggest hit. And the Aura frame comes like in this pre-packaged beautiful box. Like, it's already gift wrapped. It's the easiest win. For a limited time, you can save on the perfect gift by visiting auraframes.com to get $35 off Aura's best-selling Carver matte frames, named #1 by Wirecutter, and you can use the promo code SCIENTIST at checkout. That's auraframes.com, promo code SCIENTIST. This deal is exclusive to listeners, and frames sell out fast, so order yours now to get it in time for the holidays. And support the show by mentioning us at checkout. Terms and conditions apply.
Yeah, I said something in an episode like years ago, early on, about, and it kind of goes to the remote work thing, about how being a childless person in the workplace, you don't get some of the same built-in
Timeouts.
leniences, yeah, timeouts and things like that of like, oh, I have a hard stop at 3 because I got to go pick up my kids. I'm making the choice to not have a kid. And even if I wanted a kid, I don't have one yet. Many people my age don't have them yet, but want them in the future. And when you're at that stage in your career where you're surrounded by people who are having kids, but you don't have them, that happens where people get to time out at the end of the day because they have kids and you don't get to. You don't have that excuse. And I'm not saying that those people shouldn't get to go pick up their kids. I'm just saying that I should also get to put a hard stop at the end of my day when I need to put a hard stop at the end of my day. And I shouldn't have to validate it by having kids. That shouldn't be the only thing that validates that. But maybe I didn't explicitly say it in that way. I wasn't in my form of speaking yet where I disclaimed everything before saying my point.
Let's
And
hear the
so
comments.
that message didn't come through enough for some people. And I actually had a friend who is a parent, an old friend, who I'm not like super, super close with anymore, but is still somebody I consider a friend, reach out to me and
I remember
say
this.
like, I know that what you meant by this, but I wanted to tell you that it's coming out really
So you know
wrong.
what I meant. No, so you actually do understand what I meant then.
This person's
So it
known
was
me for
clear.
years. You know my
So it was
heart. You
clear.
know my intentions. You know what I'm saying.
And you just said you understood. So
You just told me you understood. So I kind of like had the conversation with them,
which
and
was
was
what
like,
the rest was like, but you need to understand this.
yeah, it really didn't go anywhere. I was like, can you tell me a little bit more? Okay, this is where I was coming from. Yeah, I know that's where you were coming from. It just like didn't really go anywhere.
What was the
I was almost
objection,
like, what would you want me to do about this?
Wait,
There wasn't really a good answer for that.
Hold on,
Yeah,
because I
go
had
ahead.
cut you off before you could say her punchline. She was like, I know what you meant, but
Oh,
this is
there
how it
wasn't.
comes off, or what?
Yeah, yeah. In the initial message, that was all it was. It was like, "Hey, I know what you meant by this, but I wanted to like let you know that it doesn't come out, it doesn't come off really good. Like it's not
If
coming
it
off well. It's not coming out right. Something." She thought she was trying to protect me. I was new to podcasting, new to having an audience, and I think she was coming from a place of like, this is going to upset people. Let me protect you and tell you that before other people come for you. I don't really think anyone else came for
Oh.
me. If they did, I don't really read the comments, so I didn't know. So all it did was make me feel like my friend is like really misunderstanding me. And it just kind of like put a wedge there where there didn't need to be a wedge. And so, yeah, then I tried to talk to her about it more, and like it really didn't. It really didn't go anywhere. I don't know. It just kind of like fizzled out of like, okay, yeah, we both hear what each other are saying.
Yeah,
Day.
was she trying to protect you, or was she just trying to
She was trying to protect
identity
herself.
in? Yeah, it doesn't sound like she was looking out
but
for
she
you.
was trying to package it up that way, I think. Like I remember the tone of the message was like
even more villainous.
just to help you out. This isn't
thank
landing.
you.
You know,
I'm
it
so
was just
fucking
the
tired
tone
of
I got
people
from
trying
it.
to help me out. Everyone
Yeah.
fuck off.
It sucked. It sucked. And that was early on where I really wasn't used to that. And it was one of the first quote unquote controversial things that I had ever said, publicly on our podcast. And I was like, oh shit, I remember talking to you about it and being like,
Yeah, I remember this.
What does one do with this situation? You were like, I have tons of examples and you did everything fine and we have to move
annoying.
on. Yeah. Should we get to some of the stuff that we were sent? I feel like we just hit on a big ask me anything. So my idea for this episode was that I wanted to do something slightly different, celebratory, whatever, for our 3 years.
I forgot it was our anniversary again. Okay.
You forgot again.
I
We're
did.
Still
we had
this.
We had a long conversation.
We had a long conversation, but it was relevant because the theme for the episode is Ask Us Anything. And I do feel like what we just talked about is very much in the territory of like, a little tricky to talk about, a little nuanced, Ask Us Anything theme. And so listeners sent us on Instagram some Ask Us Anything topics. I pulled some that I liked. You tell me if there's any that stick out to you, and let's just go back and forth and see.
Oh, let's fucking do
what
it.
The future holds. Yeah.
You know what we could also do? We could pick out ones that we want the other to answer and be like,
yeah,
I want to know the answer to this.
Okay.
Or
I
not.
like that a lot.
Okay, here's one, Jess. That somebody asked, and I want to ask you.
Okay.
Have you ever squirted?
I don't know.
I don't know, and I don't care.
Yeah. I really don't. I don't care, but I would like to be able to answer the question. But I just don't know. Would I know? Like, is that a thing where I would definitely know?
Don't ask me.
The answer is no.
I don't know. I just don't uphold this elusive squirting as like
a goal.
A goal? Like,
sometimes
why?
People have it as a goal, I think.
Why?
I've never felt that way, and maybe it's because I haven't put my
mind to it. If we can't even
it.
tell if it's happened, then
I guess no. I haven't tried, and I haven't, and I wouldn't know. But maybe I would.
Should I Google that? Would you know if you squirted?
Yeah, that's a good question.
Would
actually.
you know if you squirted? As a woman, you can tell you're squirting if you feel a release of fluid. Well, that makes sense. I didn't need to Google that. But the experience varies for everyone. Some people feel a distinct sensation separate from urinating, while others find it hard to tell the difference. Okay, so it's not actually a different level of satisfaction. It's just that you want the bragging rights of squirting. I think we all need to stop thinking that this matters.
When they say like there's liquid, are we talking like a
It's pee. That's what
it's
squirting
pee?
is.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure squirting is mostly urea.
Mostly okay. I don't think I have, but I haven't checked,
Yeah.
what exactly is this liquid? What exactly is this
Perfect.
wetness? I don't know. I don't
I
know. It's just wet. Thank you.
What would you like to ask me?
Okay. Compare your current celebrity crush to your first ever celebrity crush.
um my current celebrity crush.
Yeah, do you even know who that is?
I don't
I
know
don't
if
have a
there's like
number one.
I don't have a static celebrity crush. I can think of a recent one that I was like, "Oh, you're hot."
Yeah, go
Like
for it.
there's the film version of Normal People, the
Yeah, the book.
and I was like, "Oh, that guy's pretty hot, I guess." I don't
Well,
know. It's
I
not like
can
I'm
remember what
looking
he
him
looks
up.
like.
Well, then I realized it's whoever, what's his name? Pascal?
Oh, it's Pedro Pascal?
Is it No, it's not Pedro
No, it's
Pascal. It's
Paul
not
Mezcal.
Paul Mescal. Sorry, my bad. They sound similar. Paul
They have
Mescal.
a weirdly similar vibe.
And I was like, oh, I've heard that name. But then when I Google Paul Mescal, I don't have a crush on him. So whatever. I think I just liked that character. I think I just liked
Yeah.
the character because I don't actually find him very attractive. Anyway, my first crush was Brad Pitt for sure.
Oh, sure. That's, I mean, they
What?
don't look alike, but they both have blue eyes.
Yeah. I think it's actually that when I was younger, I just liked whatever this fucking hot whatever dude was. Hot and cool. Like I would never like a Brad Pitt type now. But then the Paul Mescal movie character,
I've
that's
never seen
hot.
it, so you have to describe it. Like, is
Okay.
he,
He's like kind of cool and charismatic and a little quiet. But then he also ends up being like really soft and like emotional. And they have this like epic long love story, except he's also a little shitty to her. So I wouldn't really put
okay.
up with that anymore. But like it's just like general hot vibes.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, it's a good love story.
Okay. I like that. I
But I don't
found
think
this
it's that I
question.
think he's hot. I think it's just a sexy kind of movie.
Well, I think that's the case with a lot of these things is like we
Yeah,
project onto these actors the
true.
character that they play. And if we like my
Yes,
first,
like Timothy Chalamet. That's the only way
like
that can
Timothy
be
Chalamet.
explained.
Oh, well, I
Like,
think it must be.
he's not just inherently a sex icon.
Well, the best example I think is Adam Brody. Like he was
Yeah,
my
yeah, yeah,
number
yeah.
one
He was
crush
your
when we
number
were in high school.
one.
I was
The
obsessed with
OC.
the OC. I had
Yeah.
pictures of Adam Brody in my locker. Like I loved him. And don't get me wrong, I still think he's like a very attractive guy.
He's cute.
He's in the new that Kristen Bell show about podcasters or
Right,
whatever.
right, right. Oh, okay.
And he still looks great and he's still really charming, but I think a lot of it is the characters that he plays are these
Yeah.
like dorky, sweet guys who are kind of fumbling around with their relationship with women, but then they're also somehow sexy and hot and cool, but like they're not cool. Like it's the charm of the character. And yeah, sure, it's in a good looking package, but I don't think it's because simply because of his looks. I think it's the characters he's
Yeah.
played.
And you know what? I think it's also the romance that each of those are involved in. What's it? Adam
Yes.
Brody? Is that it?
Yeah. Hmm.
Okay. It's like they had a good him and I can't remember that girl. They had actually a
Oh yeah.
pretty
Rachel Bilson.
yeah, they had like a good romance on the OC. It was a good
Yeah.
story.
And they
More
dated off
so
camera,
yeah, hot, hot, hot,
which
hot.
added
So
to
I
it.
feel like it's like the romance is kind of how you want to be treated as a woman and then you find the man attractive for the way he kind of
Yes.
treats the woman. I feel like that's kind of yeah.
Totally. Totally. That's what people are saying about the show the show Nobody Wants This, that Netflix show with him and Kristen Bell about the podcasters and
Is it
whatever.
any good?
It's not
It
really.
looks horrible just from like the poster for the show.
It's not good in the sense that it would never be critically acclaimed, but it is good in the sense that it's like a rom-com TV show
Okay.
and there are some relatable themes to it.
Okay.
And Adam Brody is charming, and like it's a good kind of feel good background show and you chuckle here and there, but it's definitely not like one of my favorite comedies or anything ever.
Okay.
Like it's not near the top of the list, but I've been watching it, and his character in the show, at least for what I've seen, I've not finished the second season, but definitely in the first season, he was like lauded for being the sweet man that treats her well. And like the appeal for a lot of
Hmm.
women watching this show is that they're seeing represented like what the dream man is today, which is a more emotionally available, communicative,
Oh, yeah, I see.
honest guy who treats her well, like as opposed to maybe 10, 20 years ago, however long, or in a lot of other media, the dream man is like the toxic masculine guy. His
Yeah.
character is not that at all. So
Okay.
that's part of the appeal.
I
And
can
I think that's
appreciate that.
always been Adam Brody's appeal.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I can appreciate that a lot. Okay.
Mhm.
Here's a fun one. This is hard to answer off the cuff. What's something you judge people for even though you know you shouldn't?
I did think
I don't
about it because I saw this one.
It's a good
Um,
question.
it is a
But
good
can
question.
we answer?
Probably a lot of things, if I'm being honest. After an intro to the episode where we're like, "Don't judge us. You don't. You're not in the conversation." But everybody judges each other, and it's actually a survival part of
Mm-hmm.
being a person. Um, I think that I can be pretty judgmental of girls who are too obsessed with their boyfriend or their partner, especially when it's early. Like
Mm,
we had a listener submission a few weeks ago about somebody who her roommate wasn't coming around anymore, hadn't stayed at their place in a really long time because she
yeah.
had a new boyfriend. And I and she described herself, the listener who wrote to us described herself as like, I know I'm a little bit judgy with this to stuff in general. Like I'm just not that way with my partner. And so it kind of creeps me out. And I totally related to her. And I know that that's something that I tend to be judgy about. I
Yeah.
think when I was younger, like I didn't start dating until after college. I never had a boyfriend in high school. I never had a boyfriend in college. I like didn't go on a first date until I was 22. I didn't have sex till I was 21. I was a late bloomer with that stuff. And I felt very left out and forgotten by a lot of my friends when I was younger who were
Interesting.
getting into boys and like young, like we were 16, we were 18, we were 20,
Mm-hmm.
and you're new to dating and like the obsession with boys is high, the boy craziness is high. And I wasn't one of them and I wasn't doing that stuff. So I felt very like other
Mm.
when I was younger in those ways. And so, yeah, I think I carry some of that shame or embarrassment or like I never want to be that way
You don't want
with
to do it to
me.
other people.
Yeah, even though I probably have still done it, but like I just judge
You're
when other people do
exonerated.
it. Thank
Yeah.
you. Yeah.
It's funny because I had a similar experience where like I never had I didn't really have a serious boyfriend till I was like 22. And my friends always did. All my best friends always did. And I felt like I spent, my teens and college years being like the best third wheel. Like I was always third wheel. And so like and I definitely had many friends who were like obsessed with their boyfriend, totally obsessed, but I didn't really judge it. I just like kept hanging out with them and like it was a
Mm.
fun dynamic. And then when I finally had my first boyfriend and I was totally boy crazy, boy sick, ill in the head, I was so sick, absolutely obsessed with this guy. But then I felt like my friends and I was just like, "Oh yeah, then you guys will be third wheel or you'll hang out with your boyfriend." And I felt like I wasn't given the same courtesy and I was like
Interesting.
blindsided by it. And then I was pissed. And then I was
That
like,
would piss
what
me
the
off.
fuck? I was a third wheel. I've been a third wheel for like the last 8 years. What the fuck?
Yeah.
But also I was, boy crazy in a way that is crazy. Crazy. Crazy.
I mean, it's like the feelings of boy craziness still existed within me, but I just wanted to push them down and reject them so much. Like I
yeah.
think it's probably natural and it's fun and it's like it's such a hater side of myself that gets annoyed by that. But it has to do, it's like
Oh, you can be
definitely
annoyed.
my
I think
own
everyone's annoyed.
problem. It's
For
annoying, but
sure.
it even
Of
came
course it's
out.
your own problem,
Of
but
course it's my problem,
that's
but
what all judgments are.
it even came out when I was dating, like after I had had my first long relationship and I was single again and I was like 28 and I was dating again and I had a lot of shame about making dating like a big part of my life. Like I was like,
Mm,
"Oh, I feel like I had my first long relationship. I learned a lot. I've healed from the breakup. I'm ready to date. I want to find someone." And all those things are good and healthy and normal and relatable and every, we all go through that like period, and that's a great thing. But I had a lot of judgment on myself about how much dating was becoming a priority and a part of my life, and like going on so many dates and spending so much time on the apps and talking a lot about dating. And I just kind of judged myself and felt like, why are you making this your personality? Like you are so much more than just this. And I'm sure, I don't know. I just remember having this like tug of war in my head of like, on one hand, it's really normal and like beautiful to feel like you want to find somebody and share your life and share your love and whatever. My
hmm
therapist used to always tell me that like it's a human instinct to be looking for a romantic partner and it's okay. But then on the other hand, I was judging myself of like, I don't want to be one of those boy crazy girls because, yeah, because of these judgments that I've formed about those type of people over the
Yeah.
years.
You know, it's funny. I feel like we just need more words for the different. I feel like the English language just needs more words for the different shades of judgment because we
Mm,
use this one word to mean many very different things. There's obviously judgment that is extremely important in order to live a life. You have to be able to judge, um, make judgments about your own safety, situations, people that are safe, who you can vote for president. Like those all include lots of judgments. Who you should marry, who you should not marry. Those are really important judgments. Who you can let into your life, boundaries you should set, and why. Those are all judgments. But then there's a different kind of judgment, which is like, I find it annoying when someone does that, right?
right,
And that's one we
right.
think about. And then there's even a different kind of personal judgment. I think the, judgments about your safety, judgments about logistical things, judgments about, I don't want that in my life. We all have to do it. You have to do it. It's
Yep.
important to do. And then there's judgments about, like, yeah, I find that fucking annoying when someone's being obsessed with a boyfriend. Yeah, we do that too. It's like we choose friends. There's some people we want to hang out with more or not. But
Yeah.
the judgment that the only one that I like truly do try to stay away from is this judgment, a third kind of judgment, which is I could never be that. This, and
Mm.
that's like another, when identity comes into it again.
Hmm.
Not just it's annoying when someone's obsessed with their boyfriend, but that could never be me. And no background or wounds or ideas about myself or childhood or anything would ever set me up to act that way. I think it's most often false. I think that
Yeah.
most often, if you'd had the complexes or the parental relationships or the negative feedback from dating or whatever that person had, plus the chemical predisposition, like you would likely kind of be acting the same way, but you
Yeah.
just don't know enough about each other. So I think that's the only time. And it's like, you find it annoying when someone's obsessed with their boyfriend. And also, there was a period where you saw yourself being obsessed with your boyfriend. And
Hmm.
so that's a little scary to think, well, like, how can I find it annoying and also be doing something annoying? Because we all do annoying things sometimes.
Right.
And that's okay. It's okay to be like, I think I'm doing something annoying and maybe I'm going to keep an eye on that. Or, they're being a little bit annoying and I don't want to spend as much time around it. That's still to me very different than I judge this thing you're doing and I could never be that way. I
Yeah.
think it just shows a real lack of self-awareness and it's actually like a lack
Empathy.
of empathy. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah, when
totally.
once you make it an identity thing, cuz the truth is like, yeah, you and I have been obsessed with our boyfriend sometimes.
Yeah.
And maybe it is annoying and it probably was annoying. And there's, I could leave an annoying comment sometimes on the internet. I don't think it's that that person is so different from me. I think it's that there's a phenomenon that happens on the internet that puts us in certain situations where that feels appropriate.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Yeah, I mean it's ultimately these things are in a way triggers, like the behavior of other people that we don't understand or we don't like or we don't relate to, or maybe we do relate to but we don't want to. We don't want to admit it to ourselves. We don't want to see that
Mm-hmm.
side of ourselves. We don't want to accept that side of
Mm-hmm.
ourselves. But and so we've pushed it down in ourselves, and then when we see someone else do it, we're triggered by it. Like that's actually how I think about. I still think a lot. I always think a lot about how you go to group therapy,
It's the
because
best
that's
thing I've
what I
done.
understand of that sort of forum is like
Yeah.
you're seeing people talk about their own lives and their own troubles. And on one hand, you think about that and you're like, okay, that doesn't affect me. Like, what, I can just let that person talk. And then on the other hand, it's so deeply triggering because you start to get invested and you start to understand more and you start to be like, why would you do that? And maybe it's because you
Mm-hmm.
have done that or that's been done to you, or I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
It's a trigger at the end of the day. So,
Mm-hmm.
and I think some of it too could be like, if I'm really, really honest about it, back in the day when I was in high school and college and not dating and felt behind in that way compared to my peers, I think it was jealousy. It was like, why don't I get to experience that? Why don't I get to have a boyfriend to be obsessed with, And I
Mm.
turned that into a disdain for it. But,
Okay.
but like
Yeah. Relatable.
years later, I still get annoyed by it. It's still a trigger for me because it's something that developed when I was really young. But I at least can be very honest that it's probably rooted in jealousy. It's probably rooted in something that I want to push down about myself.
It's a way you don't
It's,
want to be.
yeah,
That's what I think so much of like identity politics, like we were talking about earlier, or posting your black square, or like a lot of these public or like very, very volatile reactions to like private decisions people are making in their personal life.
yeah,
It's usually a statement about like, well, I don't ever want to be this kind of person.
yeah.
Whereas like, or I don't want to be seen being that way. I don't want to be
Mm-hmm.
perceived being that thing.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Yeah.
ask me a question.
Okay. Oh, I actually thought this question was really cute. This person asked, what do you most look forward to on a daily basis? How often does it happen? I'll give you a second because it's out of the blue, I know.
Yeah.
But I thought that was so like tender to ask.
I think I can answer. I think it's like lazy time with coffee in the morning on the couch with my cat and my fiance.
Yeah.
That's my fucking favorite. Yeah.
Yeah. It's
And
always the morning.
the morning just like lazy laying together on the couch before work. I'd say I get it like a third of the days.
That's good. That's
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah. Yeah.
I agree.
Love it.
Definitely coffee. Like I go to sleep at night looking forward to my coffee in the morning, and
Yeah.
I will always be that way. I love to be that way. It's the joie de vivre for me. But also, yeah, like lazy time in the morning or anything that I'm doing in the morning, even if it's
Let's
going
just
to
be
the
under a
gym or
blanket
whatever.
together.
It's just the morning is when I still have a say in what my day is. So it is
Yeah.
whatever I'm doing in the morning is the thing. Let me ask you another because that was short and sweet. Okay, this one's nasty. Do you want a nasty
Oh,
one?
I will entertain listening to it. Yes.
What makes you feel sexy, both cunty and not? Somebody has to tell me what that means.
Cunty, I know my little sister, like the youths use it to
The youths
mean
use it.
like, I think it is actually, let me do my best. People
Okay.
are going to laugh at me because I'll probably get it wrong, but it's positive. It's like, ooh, that's cunty. Like, well, I know one time my sister put on a little choker necklace and she was like, do you think this is cunty?
True.
So it
It
was like,
is
is it
probably
really cute, but like also cool, but like slaying? Is cunty kind of like slaying?
slaying. I guess what I'm not understanding is feeling sexy and then
The
the
subcategories
the
of sexy?
subcategories, the tree of like cunty and not cunty, but both are
Well,
still sexy. That's what she's
That's what they were.
asking
It was
about.
cunty and not cunty.
Yeah, she said, "What makes you feel sexy, both cunty and not?" And then she
I
put a
don't.
kiss
Yeah.
emoji, which is cunty, I think.
Maybe cunty is more like dominatrix sexy. I don't think that's usually how it used, but maybe cunty sexy is like you're more aggressive.
More aggressive.
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't have subcategories to feeling sexy.
I don't either. I
I
haven't
don't.
gotten that far in my development, I think.
I think the things that make me feel sexy, unfortunately, and this is a big problem, is if I wait, maybe this is obvious, but it's like basically if I feel like I am physically attractive and desirable in like a mainstream way. It's very unhealthy.
Mm,
But it's like I don't want to have sex. And I think this is actually really common for a lot of women. Maybe not a mainstream way, but it's like I don't feel like having sex when I feel bad about my body or bad about
totally.
myself or if I feel undesirable, which like I don't think it's quite the same for men. And
No.
I don't think I'm alone in that. I think a lot of women are like if I don't feel good in like a very shallow way. This is a shallow feel good. I'm not talking morally. I'm not talking spiritually. I'm
Yeah.
talking like do I feel like I'm hot? If I don't feel that way, often I do not really want to have sex.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree. So what is the look
Well, I don't
that
have
okay,
it a lot of the
obviously
time.
there's
I
like
never feel that good about myself.
well, yeah, that's the thing. It's like there's feeling good in yourself and
What
in your
makes me
body
feel
and in your look.
sexy?
And then there's like, do you put anything on or like a certain type of outfit or doing your hair and makeup? Is there anything that gets you there when you're not there? Or is it truly
Hmm.
internal?
Yeah, I have so much self-hatred. It's like hard to feel sexy, genuinely. But I like little, there's a couple little lingerie adjacent outfits or just like, I don't even wear them that often, but like cute, um, lacy, sexy baby
Sexy
lingerie,
baby.
like pairs. Yeah, I'm not above being infantile.
No, me neither.
Um,
It's my favorite. It's what
yeah,
I am.
I'm
Whether
not gonna
I'm
lie.
feeling sexy or not, whether I'm looking
I'm
hot
a
or not, I
baby.
will be
Yeah,
infantile. Yeah.
yeah. And I don't even think it's Justin's favorite look. Like, I feel like there's probably other like lingerie looks he likes more, but those are the ones that like I buy because I'm
You
like,
like.
I feel sexy in it. Yeah, so maybe that's the answer.
Well, yeah, those are more, I find them to be more comfortable to wear too. Cause it's like, because you said lingerie adjacent, which I relate to. Like,
Yeah,
I'll
it's not
get a
fancy.
little
It's
like
like,
lacy, like slip dress pajama thing that's like,
yes.
it's, it's more than my regular pajamas, which is just a t-shirt,
Mm-hmm.
but it's less than lingerie. And it's like, but it's, I'm still comfortable in it, but it has some
Yeah.
lace and my boobs are like a little more out, you know?
Yeah. I don't
It's
feel
like that sort of
sexy if I
thing.
take 20 minutes to like strap on an outfit. I feel
Yeah.
desperate and pathetic. It's like if there's a bunch of buckles, like I'm not feeling that sexy. I feel like I need an assistant, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. I agree. No, I think what you're saying is very relatable. I don't feel going back to remote work. I think that that impacts my feeling sexy on the day to day in
You
the
only
negative
feel sexy when
direction.
you're going into the office. What do you say?
A little, I think going into the world,
Oh,
like
yeah, yeah.
putting on, like when I used to work in an office and I would wear a cute, a
Yeah.
cute workwear outfit and
It's a
little
good answer.
pumps and go into the office and like have my commute and get my coffee on the way in and listen to music or a podcast and like feel cunty, like kind of
Feel
have like a
good.
cunty conversation with like somebody in the office kitchen and
Yeah,
then be like,
yeah.
okay, I'm going to do my work now. And like being out of the house and talking to other people and being in an
Yes.
outfit and like
Cunty.
feeling cunty out of the house makes me feel sexy when I come back
Yes.
home. And I
No,
think the fact
that's
that
a
I
good
work
answer.
remotely totally damages that. And like I have to find it
Yeah.
somehow, but I can't. It's
How am I
gone
supposed to feel cunty when you've seen me looking like a potato on this couch all day?
all day,
I have
all
no
day.
mystery. I'm dressed as
Correct.
a potato.
Hmm.
I've just been hanging on a chair. Like,
Yeah.
yeah.
and
I
like
do agree. That's a
huffing
good
over my
answer.
computer. You know that I
Huffing.
huff. I'm huffing over my computer. I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm talking to myself. I'm complaining. I come out of my
I'm
office
hunched
and I
over.
complain about one of my coworkers to you. Like, you don't,
Yeah, it's not
you can't
dignified.
possibly like this, you know?
No, and I don't like it.
I don't like it
Yeah,
either.
I actually, that's a good answer. See, this is why we should stop remote work.
This is why we should talk about things. Okay.
It's crazy. The questions that are sent in are like incredibly benign, like TV placement over a mantle,
Right.
or like what's your relationships with your parents, and do you consider yourself a good or bad person? It's like there's nothing in the middle. There's nothing in the middle that we can talk about.
I know. This person, like, I don't know why me saying ask us anything prompted for this person to write the following, but they said, reheating take, pressing stop on the microwave before it gets to 0 seconds. Like, what are you talking about, girl? Except also, I do that. I
Yeah,
do be
yeah,
doing
yeah.
that because I
Yeah,
don't
I
want to
don't have
hear
any
the microwave
patience.
beep. Oh, I
Yeah,
just don't
that's
want to hear it
true.
go beep, beep,
Oh, I
beep.
have
Like,
no
I'm right
patience.
here. Yeah.
I'm right here.
Standing in front of this microwave.
I'm right here. Watch your tone. No, I only microwave things for like 30 seconds at a time and
Same.
stop it at 25 because I'm like, I don't even know where if I'm going to want this in a minute.
I know.
We'll
And I
just
don't
do a
like,
couple rounds of 25 seconds.
I kind of like my food a little cold too. I'm weird that way. So
That is
I don't
weird.
need much more. Yeah.
Okay, here's one. I had one a second ago. Wait. Tips for they really want us to talk about sex.
Just let's go home.
Tips for communicating sexual desires with a casual / new partner.
Mm.
I have an answer for this.
Okay.
Which is just that I was always really scared to do this, and then at one point, maybe when I was single in DC, and it was the first time I'd been single in a long time, and la 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 la. And I'd also I don't think I'd ever used a toy with anyone before, not even a boyfriend.
Mm-hmm.
And but I wanted to because it would help me. And I didn't know how to bring it up, and I was just whatever. And I remember my friend Ashley is like very sexually empowered, I guess, and just very confident. And she would just like tell me, she would just be like, I would be like, how do you bring it up? And she'd be like, she gave me whatever line, like, I like to use this toy. Do you mind? La la la. Whatever.
Do you mind?
Whatever her line was. And then I just
perfect.
practiced it with her a lot. Like you have to like say, like decide what's a normal thing that you could feel confident or comfortable saying. And then you have to actually practice saying it out loud a lot. And I would just say it to my girlfriend. And guess what? It's almost as awkward saying this to your female friend or to your platonic friend as it is to someone who you actually want to do it with. Like
It simulates the experience.
it's very humiliating and embarrassing. So I just did that a lot.
I
And it
like
was like,
that.
yeah, it kind of helped. And then I practiced it. And then like by the time I wanted to put it, say it in the moment, it's like I've already asked Ashley to peg me 12 times. I'm kidding. That's not what it was. But
I don't think
yeah.
I ever got very good at this, but
Still hard. Yeah.
yeah. But that being said, something that was kind of freeing to me when I was single and dating and hooking up with new people was the fact that like I don't know these people yet. And okay, it depends on at what point you're having sex with people. But even if it's been a couple dates or 3, 4 dates or whatever, an acceptable
Oh,
number
yeah.
of dates that's not a one night
Oh,
stand,
yeah.
you still don't know them. And so that
Mm-mm.
was kind of freeing to me when that clicked, and I was like, I
Oh.
can be kind of like weird or kinky
Oh,
or
that's
ask for
funny.
something.
Cool.
Because like,
Okay.
who the fuck is this person? Like, they don't know me. I
Yeah.
don't know them. If they don't like it, it's like not a big loss because I'm not like overly invested yet. And if they do
Because who
like
the fuck
it,
are you?
then
Yeah.
great. Yeah, like something about just being like, I don't know this person really enough to be ashamed around them. I
That's
get more
funny.
ashamed when we're in deep and I like you and I
Oh,
like want
yeah.
you to like me. But at the beginning, I was pretty good at not getting overly obsessed about like, do they like me right from the start. That only came in like much later when I knew that I liked them. And so
Yeah.
yeah, that kind of helped. And then the other thing that I've said before is you can always blame it on like some content like a friend told me, or I heard this on a podcast, or I read an article about it and I want to try it. Like, even if that's not true, I do think it takes some of the pressure off and just,
It is
blame it on
funny.
something you were
It's
curious
like, this
about that you
isn't my
heard.
idea. Someone else
Yeah.
wants us to do this. I don't
Yeah.
even know if I want to, but put these nipple clamps on because who the fuck are you?
Yeah, exactly. Because who the fuck are you?
Because who the fuck are you?
That's if I can bestow one thing upon the audience today, it's just who the fuck is anybody? Put these nipple clamps on.
So funny. Also, most people are just into it. They're like, oh, something adventurous and like, oh, you want to do this? Like, yeah.
Exactly. Exactly. I agree. I think that it's impressive to people
Yeah.
if you can
It's
speak
impressive.
up about something you want. That's like kind of hard. It's hard for anybody to talk about. So if you're willing to talk about it or just say the thing, I feel like that's immediately hot because nobody else is doing that.
You know, it's so funny too. I was always afraid to ask men to like if I could like use a toy in the bedroom, and they always get really turned on. But also, like most of those men, the reason I needed a toy is because like you're not doing the right thing, and it's like this shouldn't turn you on that much. Like you should like probably reflect on this.
Who even are you? Yeah, true. But it's, it's maybe a blessing that they're not peeling that onion. They're not looking to
Well, I mean,
critically think about it.
Most women need additional accessories to orgasm, so it's
probably not something that they've never encountered before.
But those men
at the
did
age
suck.
we're at,
Yeah, those men did suck.
Yeah, I'm sure they did. Not like the sucking toy, but on their own.
Do we need one more, or was
Yeah.
that the most important thing we could ever talk about?
I don't know. I feel like let's do one more. Let's do one
Okay,
more.
great.
Here, I'll give it to you. Do you have a guilty pleasure at the moment? Nasty.
Nasty. That was the noise I was making with my face.
I know. The face and the
Nasty.
Yeah.
Let me think about it. You think about it too. Do I have a guilty pleasure? Probably this cat. This cat's looking at me.
That cat.
Do you have a guilty pleasure?
It's nothing new. It's nothing that guilty. The best
Reality
thing I can
TV?
think of, well, yeah, I'm guilty of loving reality TV and I be watching it all the time. So if that's a guilty pleasure to you people, then fine.
I just call that pleasure.
I just call that home. But the other thing, I feel like the two things that are bringing me pleasure are reality TV, which is a constant, and I've been doing a lot of like reorganizing and redecorating and stuff, but that's not guilty. That's just what we're all doing
It's
to
just
feel
pleasure.
something. Going to
Yeah.
Home Goods and spending a little too much on candles, like
Yeah.
it's what I'm doing.
I don't think I have a guilty pleasure right now.
You're proud of everything you're doing.
I should be doing, yeah, that's pathetic, first of all.
That sucks.
I'm not
That's
doing
lame.
nothing nasty. I'm just doing everything I should do. I'm just
Yeah,
working my
oh.
job and visiting my family and catching up with friends and petting this cat.
Okay. I guess it has to be the cat then.
I think
Petting
it
the
is the
cat.
cat.
Maybe
Yeah,
you're petting it
the
a little
cat.
too much.
Oh, you know what I do like? I do like provoking him sometimes.
What do you mean?
I provoke him sometimes.
Like to pounce or to meow, or what are you trying to get out of him?
just to pay attention to me more.
Oh, sure. That's what I would do.
Yeah.
I would do.
If he's not
I get it
paying enough
immediately.
attention to me, then I poke his butt.
Oh, I guess that's my guilty pleasure with Ryan then. Just poking
Yeah.
his butt to pay attention to me.
Yeah. Why is it so fun to poke boys' butts?
Why is it so much fun to have attention? Speaking of
Yeah.
being boy crazy, I like to get one specific boy's attention and I'll have it as much as I want it. Okay, we're done. We're done. And you
Okay.
know what I need to say at the end
What,
of this episode?
bitch? What?
Well, I want to announce that we have a merch code, but I also want to say how
Okay.
much I love doing this with you, and thank you for 3 years. I was like, should I get sappy right now, or should I be the project manager and let them know that there's a
Yeah.
merch code? Both.
No, it's good that you actually just ended up intertwining them both. So it was a sentimental
That's what we
statement
do.
intertwined. Give them the code, girl.
Okay, the code is going to be Scientist20, and we're going to give you 20% off of our merch store from the day this episode comes out, which is December 4th through December 24th. 20 days, 20% off.
Hey, let's extend
Scientist
it.
20.
Let's extend it. Let's extend it.
Extend it?
Yeah, I think we should extend it. People shop after Christmas.
Okay. I just
think?
wanted to do the 20 thing.
Let's just say
you
all
know?
of December.
Okay.
Maybe we should have talked about this before.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm making it up as I go. Abby,
For the month
you
of
could leave that in.
December. Let's
I
do the
don't.
month
No,
of
don't leave
December.
that in because I don't want people to be confused. So
No,
let
leave
me-
it in. Leave it in. Leave it in. Leave it in. Leave it all in.
Okay, so Scientist 20, the whole month of December,
Yeah.
20% off of our merch store. You can go to nfepodapparel.com and shop everything that we have. We came out with a lot of new stuff last year at our second anniversary, and I feel like I need to see
That's
those
enough.
hats on more of you. So
Justin wears, let me tell you, Justin wears his I have a complaint hat all the
love that
time.
hat.
And people, I actually received, oh my God. First of all, people compliment it all the time. They're always like, I love your hat. And they don't know it's from his fiance's podcast. And one time I wore that hat to group therapy, and someone in group therapy was like, I love your hat so much. And I was like, bitch, I made this hat. It's
I
my
know.
podcast hat.
I've worn it on work calls.
People love that hat.
when I'm feeling extra cunty, and
Yeah.
people are like, does that say I have a complaint? And I'm like, it does. It's
That's
from
good.
my podcast. I hate that I'm here with you.
Yeah.
And it's fantastic. So that's the favorite of the month.
That's by
Go
far
shop.
my favorite.
We
You'll
always
get a
have
lot
the
of
link
compliments.
in our description, but you'll get that 20% off this month. Yay.
Now that you guys have that code,
Are we gonna make out?
thank you for
time?
doing this for 3 years with me. It's been I was just telling someone about this the other day behind your back. I was just saying that yes, we knew each other before, but I've gotten to know you in a whole different way, and it's a relationship I don't have with anybody else. And it's a
Yeah.
relationship in what it is now that we've never had before. It's
Yeah.
really special, and I can't believe I actually picked the right person to do this.
I know.
Yeah.
I say the same thing about you all the time. I feel it very deeply. I feel
Behind
like
my back.
we don't even need to say it because we both feel it so much that we know that each other feel it too. But yeah, I was telling my dad about it. I was like, dog, they're keeping more and more ways that the fact that I'm doing this with Caroline is like the only thing that makes sense.
Oh.
And he knew you when you were a child too. So it's all sweet. We all knew each other. We were all children. Except
We
my
all knew
dad.
each other. Listen, I knew Jess's dad, and that's what matters.
That's what matters. Okay. Love you. Kisses
Love you
to
too.
you mostly, Caroline, but to everyone.